So, many of you DR enthusiasts out there probably have seen recent video, best lightweight adventure bike. I can give you my perspective on the DR. I've owned this bike, brand new, bought it 2015, it's a 2014 model. I've had it ever since. Right now it has 45,000 miles on it. For me, this bike has been a really good adventure bike. I've done both dual sporting, adventure riding, done some camp outs, done some pretty gnarly single track on this DR. Got to go back probably 3-4 years in my videos to see them, but it's a good all-around bike for sure. It's never left me stranded anywhere. The only thing that I've really had to replace on it is the stator. Didn't leave me anywhere though. I've broken this bike many times. I break parts on it. I'm very, very hard on this bike. I keep it well maintained, but I'm very hard on it. I have had to have the swing arm re-welded because of this rubbing on that from banging into it. I have broken the subframe. Both sides, it was completely off. The only thing holding it was this racket. I think it was Pro Billet racket was the only thing holding the subframe back on the bike. Cracked my front rim, replaced that with a better rim. Couple shift levers. Those are Moose heavy duty shift levers that I've been breaking. What else? Couple headlights due to roost from fellow KTM riders. But in order to roost me, I got to be close. So, oh yeah, the most recent one was this oil cooler. I had a stick come puncture it. It was just a slow leak, but I replaced it with a used part. Bent this, kinked it trying to bend it back to fit the new one back in. Second FMF bomb. First one, I lost that bolt to the tailpipe. It was slamming up and down. Header clamp, flange, tweaked it out too bad, so I ordered another one. Don't like they have this solid pipe here. I snip it with the aviation shears, and then the stock clamp, if you grind it down, it will go inside of the other one and you bend the tabs, and then that will hold that firmly in place. So that was done. I run EBC brakes on the bike. They work really well for me. I have the Warp 9 front rotor though on the front. I like that rotor. It lasts quite a bit. Lots of chains, sprockets, lots of Dunlop D606s. I bet you I've saved about $1,400 buying my tires online rather than the local shop. But I bet you I've still spent about probably $4,500 on tires and installation on just tires alone on the bike. I think I paid $6,500 for it, so yeah, I mean, lots of parts replacements. As far as mods go, I did quite a bit of them. The 3x3 with the Pro Cycle jetting and drilling the hole, opening the airbox up, and then throwing the FMF on. That's been done. The bike's been fully cogentified. I like my Cogent Dynamics. It's got the Mojave on the rear and the DDCs in the front with the non-progressive springs. They work well for me. I enjoy them. All the little tidbits, I'm not going to name all the little levers and things like that on the bike, but yeah, this bike, great adventure bikes, never left me anywhere. The only thing that I can say negative about the bike, that's keeping in mind after it's been fixed with the rejetting and suspension. But the only negative thing I could say is it's got lots of wow factor as far as on the trails and on the dirt roads and gravel. It doesn't have that wow factor that the 690 does on pavement. And that's the only real thing I don't like about the bike. I wish it had more power. But keeping that in mind, the bike has more power than it needs off-road. It will chug up anything. It's been up some really tight frickin' Cascade Mountain switchbacks. Good climbs, Jolly Mountain, Quartz Mountain. It's done quite a bit actually. Great all around bike. I ride the bike, a lot. It's fine on the freeway. It's nice and solid. I don't mind the 606s. A lot of people don't like that vibration stuff. I don't have a problem with it. But no wow factor. Contemplated doing the big bore. There's a 790 big bore kit available from ProCycle. You can report the valves, put bigger valves in them, better, different camshaft. But I think you're essentially left with the same thing. You got more torque, more power, but it's still, it doesn't have that high output that, the KTMs do. And then you would also be changing its stripes, really. I mean, the reason what makes this bike so good is the lack of maintenance required. You keep up on the oil change. There's not a lot of maintenance required. It's got that lower HP, I guess. That probably helps reliability. It's a big, strong motor that keeps chugging. Anyway, I love the DR. In its form at 45,000 miles, everything's been gone through. The only thing I haven't checked is the swing arm. The valves, intake at 45 miles was still good. The exhaust valve was a little tight, and I knew it needed to be adjusted because it kind of started pinging a little bit. So I had the local shop adjust that. I don't want to mess with it. I want it done right. Although I suppose you're rolling the dice with that too on the local shop. But most of the time they do it right. I had them check my headstock, the triple tree bearings. They're all good at 45,000 miles. I didn't add grease. A lot of people say lower that frickin' headstock, put grease. They don't put grease on it. I don't know how much grease is on there, but there's local shops does, still feels good. I had them check out. They said it's good. So there you have it. Yeah, everything's fresh on the bike right now. And I'm ready to go put some more miles on this bike. Is it a good adventure lightweight bike? Absolutely. Is it the best? I guess that really depends on what you do with the bike. You want a bike that keeps going when the other ones are stopping because they don't want to, your bikes are either too big or, you spend a lot of money on a bike. You don't want to go tear it up. You don't have to worry about tearing this bike up. You thrash the bike. It's the thrasher. Anyway, love the bike. Wish it was faster. It's not. myself on that. Just a pure grunt got me up that. Okay. It's cool. Okay. Boardman Lake.